Welcome to the HealtHIE Nevada Patient Consent is Important video. The purpose of this video is to explain the importance of patient consent. Let's get started. What is consent and why is it important? Consent is a person's agreement to allow something to happen, such as surgery or an invasive diagnostic procedure, based on a full disclosure of risk, benefits, alternatives, and consequences of refusal. In order to view patients' clinical records and results in the Health Information Exchange, as an HIE participant, you first need a patient's consent on file. An HIE participant is defined as a treating provider who is enrolled in the HealtHIE Nevada's HIE. If a patient's consent is obtained, treating providers have instant access to the records from all data-providing HIE participants. What are the consent options? There are 3 different consent options that a patient can choose from, which are I consent only in case of an emergency, or I do not consent. If the patient chooses no consent, a provider can only access their data on the HIE and only using procedures allowed by state regulations. I consent. This option allows for treating HIE participants to access all of the patient's electronic health information, including sensitive information, in connection with providing health care and emergency services. I consent only in case of an emergency. This option allows for treating HIE participants to access all of a patient's electronic health information, including sensitive information, only in the event of a medical emergency. I do not consent. This option does not allow HIE participants access to any of a patient's electronic health information, even in an emergency. Medicaid patients. Nevada law stipulates that recipients of Medicaid or Children's Health Insurance Program may not opt out. In the event that the patient is no longer in Medicaid, they may change their consent choice, but it is not required. A patient may choose to select a different consent choice at any time, provided they are not a Medicaid patient. Currently, there is no expiration on HealtHIE Nevada's consent form. Patients need to consent once at any HIE participating entity that collects consent. Patients do not need to fill another form out unless they wish to change their consent option. Completed consent forms should be kept with the patient's records, electronically or otherwise, but they do need to be available in the event of an audit. HealtHIE Nevada conducts random consent audits to ensure the forms are correctly completed. All entities that collect consent must comply with audit requests. Thank you for viewing the HealtHIE Nevada Patient Consent is Important video.